Low-quality construction projects are prevalent in China. I'm checking on behalf of the homeowner. Oh my, what's going on? This corner is completely misaligned, and a chunk has completely fallen off underneath. It feels like it's suspended or something. This is too exaggerated.
这完全错位了，这下面已经完全掉了一块，感觉悬浮了一样，这太夸张了。
The developer builds houses worth millions, yet they deliver substandard work. Look at this wall. You could practically scratch it off with your hands. Look at it. Do you see? Should we report this house? I'm telling everyone, should we report this? It would be strange if this house doesn't collapse. This is unacceptable.
你看，这是墙，拿手勾都可以勾得下来。这是墙，看到吗？对吧？这是房子，你说要不要举报他？你们大家说，要不要举报他？这个房子，你看呢？这房子不会倒才怪的，这样子搞。
The positioning of the columns in the construction drawings was incorrect, and the error was only discovered after the completion of the construction. The foundation has already begun to settle, and the only solution is to use steel pipes to support the columns, directly connecting them to the beams, which have already started to crack. It's about our staircase. It seems to have overshot by about 80 to 90 centimeters. The subcontractor said it was a bit narrow, so we modified it. Originally, the wall was 24 inches, but we changed it to 18 inches, adding 10 centimeters. After the adjustment, the beam in this area doesn't align properly. You can see that the beam doesn't connect to the column high head on both sides. It's slightly misaligned. If it were normal, it should be like this, fitting snugly on the high head. The load-bearing capacity may have some issues now. What's this nonsense? You don't care about this either. It's all the developer's business. I don't even know who told you to do this. You tell me who told you to do this. How can you shout for him to do it? Now this building is useless because you buried it. I'm absolutely not joking.
我绝对没开玩笑。几千万啊！几千万不怕去。哼，你们两个，我真的是拿你们没办法了。这个也能敲啊？你们看。
In May 2023, homeowners in Nanchang, Jiangxi, discovered a severely damaged load-bearing column in the underground garage of their residential complex, with steel reinforcements bent and deformed. An appraisal institution recently analyzed the damage, highlighting serious defects in the construction quality of the concrete, significantly affecting structural safety. Despite the institution stating that the damage was an isolated case, homeowners expressed broader concerns about the complex's safety. You can even dig it out with your hands. Just look at this cement concrete. What sort of inferior building is this? The damaged column, initially concealed with aluminum plastic panels, was accidentally uncovered by a homeowner on May 11, 2023. Homeowners were perplexed about the concealment, which infringed upon their right to be informed. The act of concealment heightened distrust among homeowners. Repairing the visible damage is feasible, but rebuilding trust requires collaborative efforts from local departments to address homeowners' concerns. Homeowners, worried about the overall complex safety, demanded a comprehensive inspection of beams, columns, and slabs. They obstructed repairs on the damaged column, leading to conflicts and injuries. Police have initiated an investigation. Urgency surrounds repairing the damaged load-bearing column for structural integrity, but homeowners fear neglecting other potential issues. Balancing immediate repairs and rebuilding trust is crucial. Look at this. Just a light jump, and it cracked open. Can you believe they built the house like this? Sneakily trying to deceive us, homeowners inspecting their new homes were in for a surprise when, with just a gentle jump, the floorboards broke. The property developer shamelessly claimed it was because the homeowner was too heavy, stating they had never seen such audacity. Recently, in a certain residential complex, homeowners spent millions on their new homes. After eagerly waiting for the developer to hand over the properties, they were met with an unexpected accident during the inspection. Upon lightly jumping on the floorboards, they cracked and broke. Can you believe it? The floor even opened up. How can I live here? Dare I even place furniture on it? Following this incident, other homeowners went home to inspect their own floorboards. A gentle jump on the ground, and to their astonishment, the floorboards cracked and shattered right under their feet. The broken pieces even fell to the floor below. Unexpectedly, all the floorboards were as fragile as tofu. Inside, there were no reinforcing bars, absolutely none. No reinforcing bars mean no structural integrity. For the partition boards, the steel inside was like wires, and they were from 2008. Just a kick, and they broke. The quality was extremely worrying, especially regarding load-bearing capacity. When they removed the cement from the floor, they found there was nothing inside. Unlike regular floorboards reinforced with steel bars, even if some had steel inside, a gentle shake would make them fall apart. The quality of the construction was seriously questionable. The walls had exposed cement, and when touched, it crumbled. Additionally, the reinforcing bars of load-bearing beams were exposed, and a slight touch caused the cement on top to fall off. Homeowners were not only shocked and angered, but also concerned for their safety. The condition of the floorboards made it impossible to place any furniture or appliances on them. Homeowners feared being hit while sleeping and worried about the floor collapsing when walking. Besides jeopardizing residents' safety, the new homes failed to meet the expected construction and delivery standards. Oh, in the lobby, the walls and floor tiles were supposed to be covered with tiles, but in reality, only paint was applied. The standard specifications indicated that the lobby and corridors should have wall and floor tiles, but the delivered new homes had walls covered only in paint. You're saying, how many patches does my house need, and how many slots do I have to cut? At that time, I mentioned it's a complete fracture. The bricks inside are cracked, you know. In fact, the upper part here has already cracked. Do we need to use cement slurry to fill all the cracks? He directly used concrete to smear on the crack, and it's still there, you know. Now we're just dealing with the surface at the moment. I patched up here, and then the lower part started cracking again. I've already patched up many times, and now it's cracking while being patched. Now it's cracking here again, you know. If it continues to crack, the outer wall will leak more than $1 million. Buying a house for a few $100,000 and spending hundreds of thousands on decoration, it's gotten to the point now. My savings, accumulated over 2 or 3 years, have all been invested here. The reporter interviewed the developer about the issues raised by the homeowners. The developer said it's just a common engineering quality defect, not ruling it out. After repairs, there's still a possibility of the same cracking issue, which is also a common occurrence. The bed in the north-south direction has cracks, and there are 11 cracks in the east-west direction. The top slab of the main bedroom has 4 cracks, and the top slab of the south second bedroom has 5 cracks. In the north second bedroom, there are 3 cracks in the floor slab. In total, 24 cracks were detected at 21 points, with the widest crack measuring 1.00 millimeters. The smallest crack width we measured is 0.35 millimeters, indicating a severe quality defect in the main structure. If it weren't for your inspection, I wouldn't have known that the cracks were so severe. I dare not live in such a house. The incomplete construction of Evergrande properties in Wuhan has become a nightmare for many homeowners, reflecting the broader challenges facing the real estate market in China. This crisis has not only affected individuals' financial well-being, but has also led to fractured families and strained marriages. One poignant story involves Aunt Lee, who, having invested a substantial down payment and repaid loans for 2 years, now finds herself evicted from her home due to complaints from her daughter-in-law. We want to share a story about the emotional and financial struggle of a woman in the face of the Evergrande crisis in China. This is the reason why there are so many old Chinese still have to work outside in their 50s or 60s. The woman told about her current living situation, including being driven out by her daughter-in-law, staying at a train station, and even sleeping on the street. If I die later, I'll just sleep in that house until I die. If I don't die, the house is useless. I'll sell that house myself, take the money, and live or perish on my own. If I can't sell it and the house can't be sold. This is Building 56, and my house is on that side, near the subway. I can see it from the station. This Evergrande Times New City landmark is on the highest point. It's exciting to see this. I thought it would be great if the house is delivered. This road on this side is ruined. Look at this road. It's called Flower C. Oh, really? It used to be a company on the Fortune Global 500 list, but now it's closed. Look at that area. It used to be utilized. It's not abandoned. It can't be abandoned there. Is this your house? Yeah, this is our house. It's Unit 902. Did you buy it as a shell or fully decorated? Fully decorated. It was just over 80,000 yuan. Actually, I paid more than 400,000 down payment and had a monthly installment of 4,000 to 4,500. I've been paying for 2 years, and it's about 500,000 to 600,000 in total. It opened in 2019, and I bought it in 2020. In May 2022, we delivered one batch, another in August, and the last in November. You see, can this be delivered? Like this? Did you pay 400,000 down payment with your own money? I borrowed more than 100,000. Our relatives and friends, my son, who was in the army, also had some subsidies. My daughter also gave 70,000 to 80,000. We saved our whole life, accumulated tens of thousands. Who knew that when the house was delivered, it would be like this? There is noon here. If my children get married, I plan to buy a house in Wuhan. I said the preparation was almost done and money was ready to buy them a bed, furniture, and necessary things. How long has this been going on? Almost 2 months. How much is your monthly salary? 2,082 yuan. Where do you usually live? Right here, in the small house. Before, have you always worked in the urban area of Wuhan? No, I stayed at home. I'm from a rural area. I have nowhere to live now. My daughter-in-law won't let me live there. I have nowhere to go. She drove me out, changed the lock, and won't let me in. When I came out, I really had nowhere to go. I couldn't find a job for a few days, so I stayed at the train station. I slept on the street. I have no place to go. I sat there for 2 days. I said I still thanked them for giving me a place to stay here. I cook for these migrant workers every day. The meal is easy to make. We are so poor. Our life savings were cheated by them. How can I vent my anger? I really don't know how. We don't even have a place to live. I run outside every day, protect our rights. Eat or not, no one cares where I am. My son, husband, and daughter only know that the house hasn't been delivered, but they don't know the pressure I'm under. If the whole family shares this problem, it would reduce a lot of pressure. So, it's not that much money that crushes me? I'm mentally crushed. My son and daughter are both in college and have been well educated. My daughter also found a good job and she found an ideal job. Why, when I'm 50 or 60 years old, do I still have to work outside? All the conflicts in her family are caused by the Evergrande bankruptcy. The phenomenon of incomplete constructions extends beyond Evergrande, drawing attention to the issue of abandoned buildings nationwide. Many homebuyers, like Aunt Lee, have invested their life savings only to see their dreams shattered as construction projects remain unfinished. The rise of incomplete constructions is attributed to various factors, including irresponsible developers, lax regulatory oversight, and financial market fluctuations. A fundamental cause of this crisis is the real estate bubble that has persisted for years. As housing prices soar, families are willing to go to extreme lengths, even sacrificing essential needs, to secure a property, especially evident in first-tier cities. What are the reasons for the existence of substandard construction projects in China? The prevalence of substandard construction projects in China can be attributed to various factors, including systemic issues, economic considerations, and regulatory challenges. It's important to note that while there have been instances of substandard construction in China, many projects in the country meet high standards. However, some key factors contributing to the prevalence of substandard construction projects include rapid urbanization and development. China has undergone rapid urbanization and economic development, leading to a high demand for construction projects. The fast pace of development can sometimes result in inadequate planning, oversight, and quality control. Corruption within the construction industry, including bribery and collusion, can compromise the integrity of projects. Officials or inspectors may be influenced to overlook violations, allowing substandard materials or construction practices to go unchecked. Lax enforcement of regulations. In some cases, regulations and building codes may exist, but the enforcement may be lax. This can be due to insufficient resources, corruption, or inadequate regulatory frameworks. Cost-cutting measures. Economic considerations sometimes lead to cost-cutting measures that compromise the quality of construction. Developers and contractors may use substandard materials or cut corners to reduce expenses, impacting the long-term durability and safety of the structures. Fragmented regulatory system. The regulatory system in China can be complex and fragmented, with different levels of government responsible for overseeing various aspects of construction. This fragmentation can lead to coordination challenges and gaps in supervision. Lack of skilled labor. The rapid expansion of the construction industry has sometimes outpaced the availability of skilled labor. In some cases, unqualified workers may be employed, leading to errors and substandard construction. Pressure to meet targets and deadlines. Local governments and developers may face pressure to meet ambitious development targets and deadlines. This pressure can contribute to rushed construction processes, reducing the attention to quality and safety. Inadequate testing and inspection. Testing and inspection procedures may be insufficient or compromised, allowing substandard materials or construction practices to go unnoticed. The pervasive issue of substandard construction projects in China can be attributed to a systemic challenge, namely the corruption within regulatory bodies. This corruption, in turn, is rooted in the concentration of absolute power among officials associated with the CCP. Addressing this fundamental issue is crucial for ensuring the integrity and safety of construction projects in the country.